Hi there, I'm Darren McDermott and you're watching Dukascopy TV. Now 100,000 expats and international locals use glocals.com to meet new friends and try new activities. I'm joined today by Nir Ofek from glocals.com. Welcome today.
Thank you, great to be here.
So tell us, why did you start this and what sort of gap in the market did you see? What sort of opportunity?
We started it out of a personal need. I'm an expat myself, and I arrived here 12 years ago to work for P&G. And I'm a friendly guy, but I really had a hard time meeting more people from outside of my immediate circle. Meeting more people except for the guy sitting to my left in P&G and the guy sitting to my right in P&G. And I figured a lot of expats have the same issue. And I started 12 years ago with organizing big parties for these expats. I got together a group of 20 people, each one working for a different multinational in Geneva. And with these 20 people, we started throwing our first party. Each one of these 20 people was supposed to invite 10 people from his or her company to one big party where we'd all party. And we were expecting 200 guests and 2,000 showed up. Not because we're such marketing geniuses, just because the need was there. And from these parties, we rolled and rolled. It started as parties, and then it turned into something else, and then it morphed into glocals, which became really a monster in local terms with 100,000 members. And now there's also more things, which I can talk about later if you want. But that's really how it started.
And when did it start? How long has it been on the run for now?
I arrived here 12 years ago. I was all lonely and friendless for 5 years, and then we launched it. So that makes 7 years ago.
Great. And what are the most recent projects you've been working on?
Most recently, a couple of years ago, we took Glocals, which the database of Glocals grew and grew and grew. But we had a bit of a hard time monetizing the whole project. So the newest initiative happened 2 years ago when we saw what some other sites were doing in the US with group buying, if you're familiar with the Groupon model. And we figured we can probably do the same and better in Geneva with the database we have over here. And we launched a site for our members called Buy Club, as in a club of buyers. Okay. Which is a group buying site which is exploding. Every day we feature a different business in Geneva which targets the expats, whether it's restaurants or spas or hotels or language lessons, whatever. And people can buy it at 50-60% off, and that's really, really taken off. So that was the newest project. And now there's more that are coming soon. We're always looking out there at what's happening in other countries and what's doing well, and what could be very useful for expats in Geneva. And when we find something like that, we try to bring it on over. So Buy Club happened 2 years ago, and in 6 months, the next project is coming, which I can't talk about yet, but I think it's really going to make an impact on the lives of many expats in Geneva.
Great. And what sort of cost? Does it cost anything for membership?
No, membership is free. And actually, most of the activity on Glocals doesn't come from us. Glocals is a platform that allows members to do things with other members. So there's a few sections, but the most popular section is one called Things to Do, where any person can post whatever he or she wants to do. So if I want to see a movie tomorrow, I just arrived here from Thailand and I don't know anyone, but I do like movies. I can go on Glocals and post, I want to see movie X tomorrow. Who's up for joining me? And 100,000 people who have a similar profile to yours, who are expats, who speak English, who are probably not in their homeland, see this, and you start getting people writing to you and say, you know what, I'm game. And boom, you landed today, and the next day you have a group of 20 people who can go to a movie or to the opera or to play soccer or whatever is your thing, they can do it with you.
Great, so a little bit like meetup.com, that type of idea.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Plus we have a few other sections. The doing activities together is the most popular one. But of course there's also a section where people can ask questions to get to know their city quicker. If you just arrived and you need an English-speaking hairdresser, you'd go there, post a question, and boom, you'd get instant answers from the rest of the community telling you this is what's happening. There's a city guide that's a little bit like Yelp to let people know what's good and what's not good. There's groups, there are certain offers we negotiated for expats, but the heart of it is the activities.
And Nir, of course there are many people working in finance in Geneva, in Zurich, and so on. So are there a lot of people within the financial sector coming to Glocals?
There are. Our members really represent the expat split in Geneva itself. So out of our members, we have 22% that are in finance. And we can always recognize them because whenever we do an event, those are the guys that show up with a suit and tie and they spend a lot of money on the bar. So we like these folks.
Of course.
But it's 20-something%, and the rest is split amongst the people who work for consumer goods like P&G, a lot of UN folks, but a really, really nice chunk of finance folks.
And you're looking at events. What sort of events does Glocals.com organise itself?
Most of the events, as I said, do come from the members, but there are some events which are formal Glocals events, which are going extremely well. There's a few ones worth mentioning. Twice a month, we do what we call a new member drinks, which is an event aimed at the people who have just joined Glocals, which is usually people who have just arrived in Switzerland or in Geneva. And each time about 200 people. By the way, there's 2,000 people that join Glocals every month, and these new member drinks every 2 weeks attract about 200 of them. And it's just 200 newbies that get together, and we always bring about 10 veterans to join this event to answer questions from the newbies. And this goes extremely well. You just arrived, and the next day you have 200 people who are in the same situation as you who just arrived for drinks together. So the new member drinks goes extremely well. We have 5 big parties that we do a year, and each party draws about 2,000 people. In summer it's big beach parties, in winter it's parties in indoor places, but the theme and concepts change all the time, but each of these events draws about 2,000 folks. And those are the events. It's all on Glocals.com, it's free. And if you guys decide to join, you'll be very welcome guests.
Thank you. Sounds like a great place to meet new people and a lot of fun. But Nir, one last question, what I would like to know. So it's free, but how do you make money? Is it from advertising?
Yeah, we make money from 2 sources. We make money, one, from advertising on Glocals. A lot of companies out there really, really want to reach the expats. They want to reach the expats, one, because the expats have money. 2, because the expats need services that a lot of the locals don't need anymore. When an expat just arrives here, that's when the expat needs insurance and a new phone and a new car and a new apartment. All these businesses really want to hit the expats. And they can't reach them with traditional media. And that's when Glocals comes in. We have access to these expats, we have the trust of most of them, and a lot of companies advertise with us to hit them. So that's one. And the other source of revenue is Buy Club, the site where we sell group offers, generates money as well.
Nir, I love it. Great concept, great idea. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching Dukascopy TV. Now don't go anywhere. Stay tuned as we have plenty more heading your way. Goodbye for now.